Alrighty, what is up, guys? Crazy week on the betting scene. I had a few bets lined up for UFC London. Obviously, that event got cancelled. As I said, as you saw before, I put out two videos of Woodley and Edwards, and then Paul Craig and Ryan Spann. Those were two of my bets. The other two bets were Jack Shaw to win, had a big play on that, and also Mike Grundy to win, and also doesn't matter now, I guess, but hopefully all those fights get rebooked and we can place those bets again. But two fighters from that card, Darren Stewart and Bartosz Fabinski, got rematched, or, both of their opponents couldn't make it, so they got matched up. And now Bartosz is coming up from 170 to Darren's weight class of 185. Bartosz has fought at 185 before. Another thing about Fabinski is that he's coming off a 16-month layoff, so it will be interesting to see what kind of improvements he's made, because obviously his striking was not world class. So maybe he's made some improvements on that, or maybe he's just continued to work on his wrestling. That wouldn't surprise me. Or maybe he's working on his top control or something. But yeah, so even before that, he was pretty inactive. He's had one win in the last 4.5 years. Is he 30, nearly 34 now? Darren will obviously be the stronger, more likely the stronger, bigger guy in there because he's a natural middleweight. And also, another X factor is that it's Darren Stewart's hometown fight, so he'll have the crowd behind him. Fabinski won't have the crowd behind him. And another thing about fighting in London is that Mark Goddard will probably be refereeing, and he doesn't like grappling, especially when the crowd is booing, and it's against an English fighter. So if you're betting Fabinski, then just keep that in mind, that he may get broken up early, like say if he's stalling on a takedown or stalling in the clinch or not working on top. Don't be surprised if it gets broken up early. This one's pretty easy to break down. It all depends on whether Fabinski can get his wrestling game on Darren Stewart and how Darren Stewart will react to it. On the feet, Darren Stewart wins pretty easily. He's light on his feet. He'll normally he'll only throw singular strikes, like the ones or twos, because he's bouncing around. He's kind of in and out with strikes. One thing he could do more to compensate for his low volume is feint more, just to set up his striking entries a bit more. Also, when he pops his jab out, he leaves his left hand low, so it could be open for a counter overhand right if he's facing a an orthodox. But I don't think he's too worried about that with Fabinski, to be honest, because Fabinski he has a little bit of raw power, but he doesn't have the technique or the mechanics for a KO. And yeah, his striking is not the best. Darren Stewart will light him up on the feet. Mostly Fabinski, when he's striking, he's just looking to set up the takedowns. Just constantly he's looking for the takedowns on the feet. So in the grappling is where it becomes interesting. Fabinski, if you've ever watched him fight, he's more about control than damage. Say if the ref does push him to, work, he will throw some short elbows from ground and pound, but usually he's mostly looking to control his opponent and control them in that wrestling ride, or he'll triangle the legs, like Khabib style, just to take away the post of the opponent so he doesn't have to keep taking them down again, but he doesn't mind taking them down again, although he does gas out in the third round if his opponent makes him work on takedowns. Well, he's also open for guillotines and Travis Brown elbows, especially guillotines when he's stalling on a double leg or something, when he's connecting his hands up and then his head's away from the opponent's body, or it's his posture isn't correct and his head's too low, or he isn't looking up. When he's going for a double leg, then he's open for Travis Brown elbows and also that guillotine. But yeah, he'll do a single leg, he'll transition to a double and start driving it to the fence, very similar to Khabib as well. He's pretty proficient with his takedowns, I will admit. He's got decent top control. Doesn't let off much damage, but has, pretty decent top control. And he is pretty strong for his weight class at 170. But as I said before, he was 185, and he was throwing, those type of size guys around when he was at 185. We'll see if he can do that to Darren Stewart, because Darren Stewart he's coming down from light heavyweight a couple fights ago. So he's a big 185er. Darren Stewart's grappling, he gives his back like almost every time to get up to his feet. If Fabinski was, had time to look at tape, he would probably look at that and then see that as soon as like Darren Stewart gives his back, you just get the leg hooks in. That's the problem with Darren Stewart's opponents, is that they don't get the leg hooks in, so they are unable to control him, and he just gets back to his feet because he has good get-ups. You saw that in the Edmund Shabazian fight. Edmund didn't get the double leg hooks in, he just got the seatbelt grip or the wrestling ride, and just tried to control him with that, but that's obviously expends much more energy than just taking the back and back mounting him. Also, he focuses on composing himself in grappling situations a lot more now. You saw that in the Marquez fight. He was kind of erratic, or he was doing big explosive movements to get out of these grappling positions, or the clinch, or the body lock. And he gassed, I think it was early second round, and ended up getting finished. So now you can tell he really tries to compose himself in grappling situations. In the Edmund Shabazian fight, he nearly took two rounds to even get into the fight, really, because Shabazian was just controlling him, and Stewart wasn't making any attempt to get out of the body lock or the wrestling ride. And also in the Darren Win fight, Darren Stewart was stalling a little bit in the grappling transitions. It's just his fence control, his fence clinch escapes, they definitely need work. But he does stall in those positions a lot, and Fabinski he'll stall with you, believe you me. Also, he lets his opponents drop too easily in the clinch, so he'll have this whizzer, but it's a pretty weak whizzer. And you saw in the Darren Win fight, he'll just let Darren just drop down and clinch his from the clinch, and then lock the hands around his ass, and then he'll just drop him with the double leg on the fence. So how these guys win? Darren Stewart, very hard to keep on his back. He just constantly gets up. If you get the leg hooks in, that's obviously a problem. But no opponent's really done that to him so far. And also, he's very durable. He's a very durable guy. Never gets dropped. Eats shots. Pretty good cardio. Yeah. And for the Butcher, Fabinski, he's got great takedowns, and he's strong for the weight class at welterweight. So how these guys lose? Fabinski, when he's striking, he kind of backs up in a straight line. Also, he's not giving the opponent anything back really to respect, so he doesn't quite get the respect back from the opponent in the striking. Also, he has zero striking, so that's a problem. And how Darren Stewart loses? His fence clinch escape needs work. That's been a problem throughout his whole career. Just needs to work on that, and just needs to work on escaping those clinch positions and disengaging, and then lining them up on the feet, because that's obviously where he wants to fight. Also, he engages in grappling situations when he really should disengage. You saw that in the third round of the Darren Win fight, where he nearly threw away the fight. Darren Win, I think he stuffed the takedown, and then he went for a takedown of his own, and I think he got reversed or something, going for the takedown and the scramble. And it's just inadvisable to just go for a takedown. I know he had a takedown earlier in the fight, but it's inadvisable to go for a takedown against he's like a state champ wrestler in Darren Win. And then he ended up getting taken down himself and controlled for the last bit of the fight. Also, he has poor balance when defending takedowns, and he's just too offensive-minded in the clinch. He'll go for frame-off elbows or knees, but a good wrestler will drop levels and then catch you while you're thinking about your own offense. Pass to victory for Darren. Stay off the fence. Obviously, that's where Fabinski wants to get you. Be aggressive, but don't overextend. So you want to pressure Fabinski. You want to get him on the back foot. Also, keep your combos short so he can't time like a reactive single leg or something. Also, when Fabinski's stalling on the fence for a double leg, use Travis Brown elbows when his head's on your hips, and just, yeah, start unloading those. Also, yeah, disengage from any clinch grappling situations, and yeah, make him work for the takedowns. Don't just give it to him, and don't settle for bottom position. Make him work, and yeah, he's not too much of a back taker, so you can give your back. Just be careful. Just be careful with it, obviously. Like, try and be hasty with it. But if he doesn't do it on the first time, just keep going to that well until he starts doing it. But if he does take you back, obviously, you know, do the appropriate thing to get out of that. But yeah. So for Fabinski, pass to victory. Get the leg hooks in immediately as soon as you take Darren's back. And yeah, use that wrestling ride to control Darren. Just pretty much, yeah, just your usual game plan. Just try and take him down and control him. So how I see it going, it's quite a tough fight actually to call because they're both each other's like kryptonite. You saw, you know, Darren Stewart, he has trouble with these types of fighters like Deron Wynn and Edmund Shabazian, who just try to take him down the whole fight. And he kind of just lets them because he stalls so much in the clinch. And Fabinski's going to be looking to do the exact same thing. He's going to be looking to stall, make the fight pretty ugly, just look for takedowns, try and get him to the ground. I feel like Darren Stewart's going to have pretty good success in not letting Fabinski take him down. Fabinski probably will eventually get him down, but Darren Stewart's going to make him work. Fabinski's going to get tired. And I see Darren Stewart actually finishing Fabinski in the third round by TKO. I think it might be pretty brutal too. Maybe a late second round TKO. But yeah, I see Darren Stewart. Is this 5 rounds? No, surely not. Because it's a main event of Cage Warriors now. So if it's 5 rounds, Fabinski is fucked. If Fabinski goes to the championship rounds, that's gonna be a problem. But ultimately, yeah, I'm picking Darren Stewart to win by TKO in late round 2 or round 3. But the bet is Fabinski. I got the line. I got the opening line at $3.30 on William Hill. What's he now? If you could still get that 285 on Bet365, I would probably get that. But that's probably the high. That's probably the lowest I'd go. Or if you can get that, whatever that website is, Sports International or something. If you can get that 305 or 290, yeah, I'd jump on that. Oh, 290 at William Hill still. So yeah, I'll jump on that, but any lower than 280, I probably would not. And for Darren Stewart, if I was to play him, I'd probably go 155. As soon as he hits 155, I'd probably play him if you like Darren Stewart. And I think he will win. But I thought Fabinski at $3.30 was value because Darren Stewart's had so much trouble with these type of opponents in the past. So yeah, thanks guys. And obviously, you know, happy betting. Still money to be made, even though Cage Warriors is obviously not a thing we would prefer to be betting on a fight week. But there's still money to be made, and we have to just hustle for every last drop of it. All right. See you guys on the flip side. Don't know when I'll be doing another one because who knows when the next card is. So yeah.